This is a lesson plan that I created when I was researching artists who explore identity in their work. Students will create a mixed media self-portrait using black and white printed paper photograph and vellum sheets, mixed media basically. Lots of color, lots of lines, lots of words. And then the artists will be introduced one by one with a 5-minute discussion immediately following. Large, crisp images of each one's self-portrait or portraits. I want the students to get a lot of visuals for this lesson. Viewing the self-portraits is where the self-identification begins. The 4 artists I'm going to use are Yayoi Kusama, Lou Bolin, Frida Kahlo, and Banksy. And the questions I want the students to ask themselves after they've watched the slideshow with the artists' portraits in it. What do you think the artist is trying to say about themselves? And why do you think that they use the materials and the colors that they used? What materials, colors, what media would you use and why? The students will learn to understand the reasons they make the choices they make. Students will learn to reflect on their inner selves and what makes them who they are. They're creating their own process. It's guided, of course. I will introduce my process, then prompt students to build on it or use it as their own. So basically, their first step is to use a sheet of vellum for their personal ad. And when I say that, I just mean random words that they feel are about them, or they refer to them, or they're personal to them. And then the second step is another vellum sheet with shapes, lines, colors, images that they create that help identify who they are. And then they're going to take the printed out black and white paper photograph sheet and glue it to a piece of construction paper. I'm sorry, half of it. They're going to tear it in half and glue it to a piece of construction paper, light colored. They're going to draw in the other half of it with whatever drawing media they want to use. And they could also use paper scraps, like gluing pieces onto the other half. And then they'll end up putting all of these together, and the vellum is going to act as a veil over their face in the finished product. There are 2 students who are helpers. They receive their job description when they sit on the carpet for the slideshow. I give them a prompt, and when the time comes, they do those jobs. The materials will be organized on the demo table, and there are 5 supply cards around the room with pencils, markers, crayons, and colored pencils on them. Students know to return the supplies to the cart by their table. At the end of each class, there is a discussion and a critique. The final work will be critiqued together by the class at the next meeting. A strong assessing this project, an indicator of how well the students understood the project and used the materials, is how the final project looks. Does it resemble a portrait? Is it well crafted, clean, and well balanced? Does the student understand why they chose the words, images, and media they used? If the student can articulate these things clearly, then it was successful. Keywords: critical thinking, process, and self-awareness.